American General Media Complex. On air at News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Online at kernradio.com. Now, here is your host, JR. Top of the day to you. This is the JR Show. I am your host, JR Flores. You're listening to Kern Radio. Check us out online at kernradio.com. You can download that Kern Radio app to your smart device and take us on the go. Plus, streaming live on YouTube. Head over to YouTube and search up Kern Radio. Hit that subscribe button, notification bell, and come along with us every single day at 2:05. We're also on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Just look up Kern Radio. I am also out there, JR Flores, or why not JR? We are broadcasting live from the Kern Radio studios, powered by Adaptive Networks. For all your IT needs, give Adaptive Networks a call, 661-241-0638. Locally owned. They take care of us, and they should also take care of you. It's Adaptive Networks. It is a Monday. Welcome to the show. We have a great one lined up for you this weekend. Plenty of things to discuss. Plenty of things to discuss. Plenty of things that happened over the weekend. We will get into all of that. Plus, we will talk about Minneapolis. You guys know I like to stay at least local or in the state, but I can't help but not at least comment, give you my thoughts, and you guys can share yours as well. What took place over the weekend in Minneapolis with ICE. Another deadly shooting. We will also talk about, it is Super Bowl time. That's right. 2 weeks. The game is set. It will be a rematch, the Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks. We'll break it all down, what the games happened yesterday, and who do you think's going to win with our man Chris Burdick and the Early Bird Special. You can catch them 7 to 9 a.m. on our sister station, KGEO Sports Talk, 1230 a.m., 101.1 FM. They are also streaming on YouTube. Go check them out. Just search the Early Bird Special.
I'm not going to pat myself on the back. We kind of paved the way doing that here.
Yeah. You guys, they broke into the YouTube, and we followed the trail that they've blazed, and here we go.
They'll do it better than me now, but it is what it is.
If you're not following us on YouTube, you should be. And you should have the notification bell hit, because that is important. We drop content now on YouTube, whether it's shorts or we'll take down just interviews from segments and post just the interviews if you guys want to check those out. Reels, all kinds of things going on our socials, YouTube. Not only that, but Facebook and Instagram and X. We got all kinds of things. Shorts were posted over the weekend, things we were doing, and that is where new content will drop tonight. That's all I'm going to say. Just go to the YouTube and subscribe and hit the notification bell, because you'll get notified every time we do that. And tonight, you won't want to miss. Oh, what a weekend it was. It started off on Friday. The tall, gorgeous, blonde milady went down to watch the Rob Schneider comedy show at the Fox Theater. Thanks to Ray. Listener Ray hooked it up. Had a great time. It was funny. It looked like it was sold out, if not pretty darn near. But it was great. He went a long time. He went over 2 hours, which is long for a comedy show. But he mixed in comedy, and then he likes to sing. I've never been a big fan of the Rob Schneider movies, I'll admit, or I don't follow him enough on social media to know that. I mean, I know that he's more conservative and his jokes tend to lean that way, but I don't follow him enough. So for me, I was going in almost a little blind, expecting political jokes, and it was good. It was funny. I was able to laugh and just have a good time. So even sometimes the things that I didn't agree with, I laughed, and the things that I really did agree with, I laughed even harder. I enjoy inappropriate humor sometimes, things that we're not allowed to say anymore, that comedians are allowed to get away with. So it was a great time. But before that, the lady and I, we took a little stroll through downtown, because there's been, as some of you may have been paying attention, a lot of talk as far as the community and downtown and the homelessness and the vagrants and the mentally ill and the drug addicts and the criminals. And there's some people that will tell you, oh yeah, I walk around downtown, or I walked around, Baker Street at 11:30 at night and it looked all fine. Well, I walked around downtown on a Friday night. I'd say it was, let's see, the show started at 7:30. We probably got down there about 6:45-ish. And so we took a little stroll up H and then went down, I can't remember, 18th or 19th, then hooked back around and did a full circle back to the Fox. And I'm not scared of a lot. I don't say that to like puff my chest and be all like, I'm a man, but there's very little that will that I really, really get scared. And I didn't, but the lady, of course, she's a lady. And so we're walking, and there was probably at least 2 or 3 different times where there was individuals that were a little sketchy. We'll just say that. The last one happened to be a lady who, from at least appearances, seemed to be suffering from mental illness. But we hooked around, and there was like a little wall that was shielding her. And as soon as we passed that wall, she was in, it was almost like we were in a haunted house. She was in this crouched position with her head sticking out and her eyes were kind of bugged. And it looked like it was going to be a jump scare at a haunted house. That's legit. And as we got past, the lady just leans in. That scared me. I was like, yeah. I get it. So this whole talk about, it's great down here. Everything's just fine. Everything looks great. There's a lot of us that wouldn't agree with that. Not to mention some of the abandoned buildings down there still, and just the trash, and just I've been dealing with a lot of social media comments over the weekend. I accidentally started a TikTok, and that kind of went off. And we'll just say between Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, the Zach Bashir-Tash video that I posted has gotten probably over 175,000 views between all 3 platforms. And so there was people commenting left and right and talking about, oh, this isn't a problem. A lot of people, this is a problem. It's about some time somebody stood up and said something. But if you just take a stroll, if you just take a walk, and it was a nice Friday evening, there was a show at the Fox. We wanted to just enjoy downtown, and we were even walking at a point where I don't know if some of you know, there are, I call them apartments, but I guess there would be condos or something that are above Jin Sushi, right on the corner of 18th and I believe. And I was like, I almost got an apartment up there. Just recently, there was one open. I said, I almost thought about it. And she's like, why didn't you? It's not exactly the place I want to bring my 8-year-old daughter down to every day. Every once in a while is fine, but every single day walking out, She was like, yeah, but your place isn't exactly in the best place. And I'm like, yeah, I know that. Thanks. But just look down this alley. There's 3, 4 homeless people. Look right here. I can count 4 or 5 bars. It just so happens that there was a fight in downtown on the next night. So just not exactly the place I want to have my kid down here. But other people think that it's a great place to build a lot of condos. So it is what it is, I guess. I don't know. What do we do, guys? You guys tell me. 661-8425-376. Didn't do much on Saturday. Just hung out. with the kid. We went to the park, painted some rocks, did some stretching. That's our new thing every morning. And on Saturdays, we go out stretching and get a little exercise, get some fresh air, get some sun, get outside and just enjoy the nice freshness and trying to not be stuck on screens or negative stuff all weekend. And of course, it has to happen. And Minneapolis comes down. And not only that, Sunday, where I'm sitting there watching games. And after the game, I get on my social media and I see a kid still in the car. And I'll get into that story in a second here locally, because that is insane what happened. But other than that, it was a fine weekend. Great weather. You guys get out there today. We'll get to a break on the other side. I'll tell you about that car chase involving 3 juveniles yesterday. I know who owns the car, so I can give you a little bit more details about what went down prior to the car crashing on the 178, prior to the car actually being stolen from the Target at the Valley Plaza. What was going on at the Target at the Valley Plaza before the car was stolen. All that, and then we'll break down what went down in Minneapolis, try to answer the question of who is wrong and who is right and can both be true at the same time. Who's meeting at the Liberty Bell tonight? And we'll break down the NFL. The Super Bowl is set. How many times am I allowed to say Super Bowl before the NFL tells me I can't say it anymore? Is there like a count on how many times I can? Will YouTube shut off the video or something?
60.
It's a 60.
For those of you who know that.
Get it? I got it. Super Bowl 60. I got it, Chris. I catch on. We'll break all that down. Plus your questions, comments, phone calls, 661-842-5376. 661-842-KERN. You can also jump in the chat on YouTube. Just head over to YouTube and search up Kern Radio. I'm going to jump in there right now. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be right back.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. The Ralph Bailey Show. Weekdays from 3 till 6 p.m.
Oh. What's up, YouTube? Did you go see Andre and Lamont for his photo shoot? No, I didn't make it out to Lamont for Andre's photo shoot. He actually did say hi to me at the meeting, which I'm not surprised, I guess. I'm glad that he still has, I guess, some wherewithal to come and say hi to me. The guy that actually came up and said hi to me that screwed it all up was, and I don't know if I told you guys this last week, after the meeting on Wednesday, where Zach and Shirtash went off on all of them. But Larry Coleman comes up to me during in between meetings. They took a 15-minute break, and that's when everybody came out. Zach comes immediately out to me and says hi and what's up. And it was him that I actually saw at El Portel a couple weeks prior. I don't know if you remember that story. I went to El Portel with my family for brunch, and some guy from the parking lot yelled at me and was like, JR, hey, it's good to see you. God bless you, man. That ended up being Councilman Zach Shirtash, who told me that at the meeting that night. But then he says hi, and then Vice Mayor Manpreet Kaur works her way around and says hi. And she says, everybody takes notice when you show up, JR. I said, well, maybe everybody needs to always be on their P's and Q's. And then Councilman Gonzalez finally decided to say, oh, Mr. Flores. And I'm like, yeah, hey, how's it going? Good to see you, sir. And that was the short engagement that we have. I'm curious to see, I haven't reached out to him to see if he wants to do an interview regarding his campaign for assembly, but I'll be more than happy to talk to all of his opponents, even if he doesn't want to come on. But if he's smart, he'll be fine. Which, if you remember the first time we interviewed Andre, it was great. So no, I didn't see Andre. Is that JR or Pocahontas? Ha! I got you. JJ. You're funny. But Pocahontas, did she wear 2 braids or just one? Just saying. You're gonna get on my Native American. Sergio, I love my town and I love downtown, but I hate what it has become, a drugged out cesspool, and I feel bad for all the great business owners down there trying to make downtown their destination. Yes, my thoughts exactly. That's what I was commenting a lot over the weekend. People were like, "Oh, why do people hate their city?" And I'm like, "No, I love my city, and I'm convinced that Zach Bashir Dash loves his city, and that's why he's so upset and so passionate about it. It's like, no, we love our city so much that we're tired of seeing what it's become, and we're trying to speak out about it and actually make a difference, make a change. And so it's not, it's, can't even hear me. Y'all can even hear me. For a number of prizes and a cocktail hour reception. Proceeds go to Honor Flight Kern County. With your generous donations and sponsorships, we will be able to send those American to Washington, D.C. to see their memorials at no cost to them. To sign up for a team, sponsor this event, or make a donation, please go to honorflightopen.com. honorflightopen.com.
The Armstrong and Getty Show, weekdays noon to 2 on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Now, back to the JR Show.
Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. Check us out online, kernradio.com, broadcasting from the Kern Radio studios, powered by Adaptive Networks for all your IoT needs. Give them a call, 661-241-0638. It's Adaptive Networks. Going to get into the shooting that took place in Minneapolis over the weekend involving ICE. Just a second. Also, we'll break down the NFL games that just took place over the weekend and the upcoming Super Bowl 60, a rematch between the Patriots and the Seahawks. And I'll tell you just a little bit of details about maybe that car chase that took place yesterday. But first, let's check the text board. Anything on there, Chris? 661-842-5376.
Just one, and it says, JR, you have to come see Groundhog's Day, the musical at the Ovation.
Groundhog's Day, the musical.
I highly recommend this. Actually, my uncle is a part of it.
I was going to ask. I know your uncle is big into the theater community here,
yes,
as the lady is as well. And so I believe I saw him in Cats.
Yes, more than likely,
if I'm not mistaken. Because as soon as they said the name Burdick, I'm like, okay.
Yeah. No.
Is there another?
No,
there's not. And so you hear Burdick, and I'm like, where's Chris? But it's his uncle. But
talented one.
Yeah. Well, you're talented too, young man. But what is it?
It's Groundhog's Day. It's literally the movie Groundhog's Day, but they made it into a musical. He is very excited about this. I'm actually meaning to go see this as well before it closes in, oh Lord, I believe it closes early February. So I would go early if you're planning on going and checking this out.
And that's at the Ovation Theater. That's downtown too, right? Or is that a different one?
That one, honestly, I have no idea where this one is. This is the one that I have not been to, so I'm curious myself.
I don't know if that's the same place where I saw Cats. Very might be.
Is it? Because I was like, I've been to the Stars Theater once or twice. I've been to a couple of them around town, but I don't think I've ever been to the Ovation.
If it's the one downtown, it's nice. It's fun. It's good. So, but yeah, sure, invite me. I'll go. Let me. I'll check it out. I'm sure the lady would love to go check it out as well. 661-842-5376. Is that all?
That's all we got.
If you guys want to chime in, that is the number to do so. If you saw the news about the ended up deadly high-speed chase yesterday involving 3 juveniles, it just breaks my freaking heart, man. Kids these days, and as soon as I just shook my head and I don't understand it. But what took place, if you don't know what I'm talking about, the Bakersfield Police Department was involved in a high-speed chase, which at the time involved a allegedly stolen vehicle with 3 juvenile occupants inside. They got on the 178 heading eastbound. There's video of that I witnessed, and then somehow, I don't know exactly the details, if somebody else knows these details of the accident, please fill me in. But they eventually ended up crashed onto the guardrail, the center divider of what appeared to me was that coming back westbound 178. All three were ejected. One later was pronounced deceased. And I just go, what are these kids doing? I got word today, somebody came and told me, hey, do you remember such and such? And I said, yeah. They said, well, did you hear the story yesterday about the car getting stolen? I said, yes. I said, that was their car. I said, what? I said, yeah, this mutual friend of ours was at the Target at the Valley Plaza Mall. And she was inside. I shouldn't even have said that. They were inside. I gotta be careful here. Because I don't want to say who it is. It's none of your business whose car it was. They're completely innocent in it. But they were walking around Target doing their shopping and noticed juveniles causing a ruckus inside of Target, being loud. One was heard saying, and again, this is just what I've heard. This is what I was told, that the kids were walking around causing trouble. One was heard saying several times, I just got out of juvie. I just got out of juvie. I don't care. I just got out of juvenile hall. You think I care? I don't care. And was grabbing at his waistband. So much security took notice and tried to get the kids. And I say kids because they're juveniles. Try to get them to leave. The persons whose car eventually got stolen was scared enough by all of this that they decided they're not going outside right now. It's probably not safe to go out there, which was probably the smartest thing they did. When they finally felt that it was safe enough to go outside, that's when they realized their car's gone. And the witnesses around the parking lot said, yeah, that was your car. The kids they just kicked out jumped in it and took off. I witnessed other video posted online, Kern County Activities, shout out to my boys, where the kids were at some other business. I couldn't tell what it was, but allegedly they went in there and tried to steal things and were kicked out. And unfortunately, it all ended with this joyride in a friend of mine's car. And now one of them is dead. And I just go, one, where the heck are your parents at? Right? I mean, can I not help but ask that? Where are the parents? And was it worth it, kid? None of them have been identified. I don't know if they will be. They're minors. But now one's dead. The other two, seriously hurt, ejected from the vehicle, are going to have charges. Will they be charged with murder and the death of their friend? It just doesn't make sense to me. And we're told crime is down. Crime is down. When I see those reports come out every month about how many cars are stolen in this town, it blows my mind every single time. It's just sad. Very, very sad. Got to get to a break. On the other side, we'll talk about Minneapolis. What I got? 30, you said? 20, 10, 5, 10, 2, 3. We'll get to a break. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We will be right back. There's the verse of the day. Oh. Groundhog Day. Groundhogs. Every day is Groundhog's Day. Every day is Groundhog's Day. What do we have here? Did I ever tell you about the time I was eating lunch at Smitten and a homeless dude came in and stole my lunch? I'm sorry. That's not funny, Sergio. I apologize. I will personally buy you a sandwich at Smitten. Well, that's your fault for eating at Smitten. Two, I'll buy you a sandwich at Smitten if they let me in. How about that? But I think you did tell me that story. For some reason, I remember that. And Andre, of course, was sitting in there. I also heard, and somebody tell me if this is true, that Andre lives in one of those apartment buildings that were built by Sage Equities. All part of the things I'm looking into. I guarantee that the driver will not be stealing any car or committing crimes. I don't know if it was the driver, JJ. That's the thing. They haven't identified if it was the driver that died or what. But I mean, crazy. Surprised the parents haven't come out and cried on camera saying how he was a good kid and was turning his life around. Not only that, JJ, you're right. He was a good kid and he was and he was ready to turn a new leaf. But not only that, I wouldn't be surprised if they come out, because this was going to be a part of another part of the conversation. That question was high-speed chase. Oh, if the cops weren't chasing them, and it just no. It's never the kid's fault. Never anybody else's fault. It's always the same. I thought that was you talking about Groundhog Day. Do you want to go? Let me know. I'll go. BPD called off chase because vehicle was 90 miles per hour eastbound. That's what I heard, Tom, that the BPD, I saw the video of the car when it got on the 178 going eastbound, and there were cops not too far behind it. But that's also what I heard, that they stopped the chase because the kids were just driving crazy. And yeah, just sad. Played stupid games, win stupid prizes. Unfortunately, yes. That's messed up. I told you it's not. We gotta find out. We gotta find where to really blame fault, Sergio. And that's your bad for eating that Smitten. But I will buy you a sandwich. We can go get lunch. The juveniles were taken to KMC, and around 60 or 70 people were outside, and about 10 BPD sheriff and CHP were watching the door to KMC. Really? David, yes, that is the Ovation. And I just found out where Rooster's Cantina was. I didn't know. I didn't know where it was. I thought it where the House of Flowers used to be, but apparently they're on the other side of whatever that restaurant is downtown. That used to be the Mark. Yes, somebody shot video at 23rd and L. Don't threaten me with a good time. Anytime, Sergio. Anytime. Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. Check us out online, kernradio.com. You can download the Kern Radio app to your smart device, and you can watch us on YouTube. Plus, we got all kinds of other content on there as well that you'll only be able to find on there. So go and find us on YouTube. Just search up Kern Radio on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Also, 5376. Anything on the chat machine before we leave? What you got? Yes.
But since it was the driver who died, the passengers cannot be charged.
Oh, was it? I hadn't heard whether or not they had confirmed if it was the driver or not had passed in the accident there. So I remember there was a time where if you committed a crime and in the commission of that crime, one of the participants in that crime were killed, whether it by you or a police officer or any other thing that happened during the involvement of that crime, that all the suspects then were automatically charged with murder. Now, I know California, soft on crime. We're not going to do this anymore. We can't possibly charge that person with murder because they didn't know. Yes, you can and you should. But that doesn't happen anymore, unfortunately, in California. I'm not sure anybody goes to jail here in California anymore. We'll get into that topic here in just a second. But back to the text messages. What else, sir? Oh, well, then we'll talk about jumpers and people needing to go to jail. And because, well, like I said, I shared this video and I was sitting in the meeting and I just started recording Zach go off, the councilman, and I'm calling him. And can I say this on the radio? Can I say badass? Is that clear is that cleared to the FCC? No, yeah, we'll get a complaint. You guys know, I like to give them all kind of nicknames on the city council. We have Eric. I never came up with a nickname for Eric. I'll have to come up with one for Eric. But our favorite city councilman, Andre, wannabe assemblyman. And then Ken, where you been? And then, well, we know where he is now, unfortunately, but he's still not showing up. And then Bicycle Bob. And that's not the name. I didn't come up with that. I posted a reel on my social medias that says Bicycle Bob. Everybody, and I got text messages from people and people comment, that's funny, JR, Bicycle Bob. I didn't come up with that. That's his name on Instagram. Bicycle Bob. I'm just going by what he goes by. But can't count on Coleman, Larry Coleman, who doesn't even know my name. You know, he came up to me in the meeting on Wednesday, and not that he should know. I'm nobody. I know I'm not trying to say that I am. But he comes up there in between meeting, and he's like, "Hey, Jonathan." Yeah, Jonathan. Thanks. Can't count on Coleman. Can't even count on you to know my name, man. And then everybody's favorite fair hair child, the one, the only, the anointed Manpreet Kaur. And now we got Zach Bashir Tash, I'm calling him Badass Bashir Tash. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for that. But that's his new name. But I posted the video. I didn't think it was going to get as much attention as it did. 170,000 views later across all the social media platforms. Everybody's commenting, talking about it. So much so the news finally picked it up, and then I get a text and there's a story in KBAK, the 29, and they interviewed some of the people that run the homeless shelters here in town. Specifically the Mission, Mr. Carlos Baldovinos, who we've had on this show many, many times, and I would consider a friend of mine. Not only that, but Lauren Skidmore, who runs the Open Door Network, who I've known for God knows how long. We both didn't have kids, and we're just two youngsters running around. And they start reaching out to them to get responses. Oh, what do you think about what Zach said? What do you think about this? Do you think that we are making a difference? And as I said, they're both friends of mine. And so the work that they are doing is making a difference. I wish the news organizations would almost leave them out of this part of it, because here's the problem is and this is the same thing that Zach, City Councilman Badass Bashir Tash talked about. There are different layers to this homeless problem. I can point out at least 4 different sectors of homelessness. You have your true down on the luck, hard times, homeless people. And then you have drug addicts and people with mental health issues that are left on the streets by themselves without any help. And then you have this other element that is the criminal element that doesn't, and here's the thing. Those people don't want help. Those people don't go to Lauren Skidmore and the Open Door Network. Those people don't go to Carlos Baldovino's and the Mission. They don't want that help. They don't want those services. And so when you go as a news organization and you go, well, can we get comment from the Open Door Network? Can we get comment from the Mission? He's not talking about Zach Bashir-Tash, J.R. Flores, and all the other upset citizens of this community aren't talking about the people that are dealt with at the Mission and the Open Door Network. We're talking about criminals that are living on the streets. We're talking about people with substance abuse issues that are left to live out on the streets, and they need to be given the choice. You either go to jail, because last time I checked, drugs are still illegal. And if I were walking down the street under the influence, I probably would get arrested, or at least I hope I would. I remember sorry to bring this up, but I remember a certain radio host that got a public intoxicant. I'm just saying. But other homeless people can walk around intoxicated all day long. So you have a choice. You can take a jail bed and get sobered up, or you can go to rehab. They used to have that. And then we have the criminals. People that are just walking around, breaking into cars, walking through neighborhoods and grabbing car door handles to see which ones are open, going into Burlington and all these other establishments downtown and walking out with inventory, just stealing. And it's petty theft, but nonetheless, they need to be dealt with. Those people don't go to the Mission. Those people don't go to Open Door Network. Lauren, and I hate to speak for them, Lauren at Open Door and Carlos at the Mission deal with a whole different set of people and with a whole different set of issues that we need. We need those places to help those people. Those people go to those places seeking help. They want change. Now, unfortunately, there's people that probably go to the Mission that take up a bed that need to be in a jail bed, and they're taking space for somebody that really does want to be at the Mission. And that's part of the problem. We need to clean up all those sectors so that the people that really do need the help can get it. I don't need a criminal that's getting a voucher for a hotel to have a place to sleep, only to come out at night or during the day and cause havoc in the neighborhoods. That voucher for that hotel room could go to somebody that really needs it. And so understand what I'm saying here. People are like, JR, you need to have compassion. JR, you need to understand these people are down on their luck. We're not paying attention to the whole problem. I love the work that the Mission is doing. I love the work and the people that go to the Open Door Network, seeking those safe places that help, those resources that's the thing is, oh, we just need to help them. No, those resources are there. They've been there. There's some people that are taking up spaces or taking those resources from people that really need them. And until we deal with every level of this problem, it's never going to go away. So yes, I have compassion. I have compassion for the person that's living out on the street, that's down on their luck. Heck, I can tell you a story right now that happened to me last, a week and a half, Chris? When was that mattress out there by the dumpster in our alley? And for those that don't know, Chris is my neighbor. He lives 2 doors down from me. But Exactly. Exactly. Right by my garage, our garages open up into an alley, and our dumpster is right there. And somebody had dumped a mattress there. And there was a homeless guy one morning, and the mattress had been there for a couple days. One morning, I open the garage door to take my daughter to school. As I do, I come out in the morning before she does, and I start the car up, and I just kind of look around, and I noticed him sleeping there. And at first, I got frustrated. But then, and I don't, I can only explain it as JR, the more that you've gone to church and the more that you've been talking with God, the more you're going to get your heart convicted. Because God will convict you. The devil condemns you, makes you feel like you're not worthy, you can't do anything right. God will convict you and pull on your heart to make you feel certain ways. And compassion. And that morning he did that. And I couldn't see the person. I didn't know if it was a male or a female. All I saw was that I could tell that there was somebody sleeping underneath the blanket on this mattress that had been by my dumpster for at least a week. And like I said, that first I got frustrated, but then almost instantly my heart was convicted, and I just heard somebody say, JR, you have leftover bacon sitting on your counter right now, and you probably have 20 cool water bottles just sitting there. And as you're leaving, you're going to leave that bacon, and you're going to leave that water, and you're going to leave that warm house, and you're going to leave that warm bed. And that person is laying underneath there. And so I walked back in the house, and I got the bacon, and I got the water, and I got some chips, and without even disturbing the person, I just set it next to the bed. And then I got in the car and took my daughter to school. And so I only tell you that because I have compassion. I feel I have a heart. It's that makes me not want to leave these people on the streets and come up with solutions. We need beds. We need all sorts of different kinds of beds. We need beds at the Mission and at the Open Door Network for those that are struggling with financials or dealing with domestic violence and don't have anywhere else to go and are stuck. We need those places. We need mental health beds that are going to take those that are unfortunately beyond coming back because their brain has been rotted so much by either drugs or the lack of medical attention for the schizophrenic or whatever mental health issue they were dealing with before they even ended up on the streets. We need substance abuse beds, detox beds where people can go and get sober and be held there to get sober so they can actually start to maybe think just a little clearer. And those that don't, I'm sorry, need jail beds. And that's not me being not compassionate. That is me being compassionate. If your kid was acting up and breaking the law, would you? I would, and my daughter knows this. She darn well knows this. I'll leave your butt in jail. Don't. And she's 9, and she already knows. If I ever call dad from jail, this is exactly, and this is what my father told me, and this is what his father told him. This is what I'm going to do. You're where? You're where? Oh, okay. Well, thank you for letting me know, and I will see you in the morning. And I'm going to hang up. That's compassion. And then I get the, oh, JR, you're Christian. You're supposed to love. You're supposed to love. That is love. When Jesus loved on somebody, he said, here, this love and sin no more. He didn't just leave them. And that's what we're doing. We're just leaving people. I have compassion for these people. I want solutions. It's multi-layered. And until we can admit that, until we can say, yes, all of these things exist at the same exact time, and we need to deal with all of them. Not just go, oh, well, yeah, trust me, it's getting better. We're working on it. We're doing the right thing. No. Say, and I'm sorry, Lauren, because I love you. And I just wish you would say, the people that Zach Bashirtash and J.R. Flores and every other concerned citizen are talking about aren't the people that are coming to my place. We're doing our part. We need other people to do their part. But I get it. They've got a place to run, and I respect them, and I love all the work they do in their community. Like I said, they are both dear friends of mine. Not just acquaintances, not just, oh, JR's in the media and they run these shelters. I've known them both for a very long time. And I respect them very, very much. So if it gets back to them that JR was saying this or JR was saying that, go watch it on YouTube. It'll be right there after the show. We got to get to a break. I am way, way late. You guys can chime in. 661-842-5376. 661-842-KERN. That's the number to text or call. You can jump in. I will jump into the chat on YouTube. Head over to YouTube and search up Kern Radio. You can chat with me. This is the JR Show. We'll be right back. Good day. Where are we at? Let's see. People are, we got a lot of guys jumping in here. Let's see here. Don't threaten me with a good time. No, Sergio, for real, if you want to go to lunch, dude, get at me. I got you. I'll buy you a sandwich since Andre didn't. Sometimes street gangs require the kids to commit a crime as initiation ritual. This kid sounded like he was in already. This kid sounded like he was out of, from what I was told, they were running around Target talking about, I don't care, I just got out of juvenile hall. So this wasn't something, and maybe the other kids that were running with him were trying to be cool with him, but where are the parents? Sofa King, hi. Awesome. I'm glad I found this. Well, glad you're here, Sofa King. Yes, the driver died this morning. So is that two dead? Is that two dead, Sofa King, or is that just one? Let me know. Or if you guys know. JJ, yes, so doesn't the mayor, Karen Bass, live in the apartments? Karen Bass? You mean Karen Go? Does Karen Go live in the Sage Equity apartment? Which ones? There's like 4 of them down there. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I got my Karens mixed up. Sofa King, I love it. Love it. It happens. So many Karens in this world. Lots of Karens. Lots of Karens. Sofa King. I'm curious, how did you hear about the show? Let me know, man. People are fed up with the transient issues in this town. It's about time someone on that board spoke up for all of us. Agree, Sergio. Zach said the quiet part out loud, the part the media ignores. Amen. I ain't ignoring it, though. 2 meth heads burned down my buddy's auto shop in Oildale. Cops came out and said they can't arrest homeless people. My buddy moved to Arizona. Yep. Yes, that was Prop 36. Either get sober or go to prison. Yep. And we did away with that. You ever watch Heat? Compassion was yesterday. Now you're wasting our that's funny. I was homeless a couple of times here in Bakersfield. I was genuinely one of a very Few that used the service at the mission. I got back on my feet. Most have drug and mental health problems. Congrats, Sofa King. I'd love to chat with you sometime, man. I'd love to chat with you, Tom. Ray, what's up? Thanks, Ray. I should be taking notes on JR's logical analysis, see if anyone disagrees. Ray, I don't go to me for logical analysis. Trust me. The lady will tell you so. It all started when substance abuse was declared a disease, not a character flaw. Now they're victims, not victimizers. Yes, sir. Amen. You're right, Tom. And the criminalization of small amounts of drugs. Yep. And every week we hear about 2.1 million allocated for programs of the homeless, and the media rejoices. Yes, one passed so far, others in critical condition. Oh, wow. How'd you hear about us, Sofa King? Where'd you find us? How'd you find us? Welcome. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you participating in the chats. I love you guys interacting in the chat. That's one of my favorite parts, is being able to talk to you guys directly and in real time like that. Keep it going. Like the window last night. Gone. Welcome back. It's the JR Show. We're gone. Almost gone. We got about 3 more minutes. 661-842-5376. Anybody on the text line there, sir? All right. Everybody was jumping up and down in the YouTubes there going off. I was chatting with those guys. If you guys want to check us out on YouTube, do so. Just go to YouTube and search up Kern Radio and hit that notification bell. Because if you do, when we post content, and we're going to be posting exclusive content just on YouTube, I promised you guys I would, so I am, and it's there. So if you guys go over there, make sure you subscribe. I saw the hotel on Union burned again last night, the La Mirage Hotel on Union, and I love the streamers in town. It's sad that that's where most of our news, or at least I get a lot of my news. Oh, look, because nobody even talks about it. The Mirage burns town, and I said, and I made a joke. I said, what is this, the 6th or 7th time? See what 6. Anyways, but seriously, this is probably at least the 6th time that this hotel has burned down already. So much so that the news doesn't even care anymore. And I had heard at one point that the city had went around town and they looked at all these buildings and they're thinking, or they're in the process of tearing them all down. And all I have to say is, what is taking us so long? And how many times does this place have to burn for us to realize that the owner ain't going to do anything with it? We just got to knock it down. And speaking of buildings getting knocked down, I'll have to take a drive over off of Union. Did the 7-Up building go? Is it gone? I heard over the weekend that it was being demolished. Remember, it caught on fire. Talking about saving history. Don't even get me started with the preservation of history. The 7-Up building. Did we care about that one? Nope, burned to the ground. Now it's about to be demolished. Nobody, the news doesn't even care anymore. They got other things to talk about, I guess. But not us. We'll continue the fight. It's not that I hate my city. I love my city. I want to see it reach its greatest potential. The only way we can do that is to admit to the things that the problems that we have, so we can come up with real solutions to them. And we need to figure out how we measure success. What do we measure success by? When was the last time we did an audit of Measure N money? Got to get out of here for the day. Stay tuned. The Ralph Bailey Show is next. This has been the JR Show. Lily, Dad loves you. All right, you guys, I got to get out of here. You guys be good to each other. I found your channel just opening up YouTube on the TV. Boom, there you were. Sofa King, nice. Where are you from, man? The Mirage is great firewood for the homeless. Standards have been lowered so low, everything is acceptable these days. See you next time. Thanks, Tom. We're working on it, getting a longer version. Sofa King, where are you from? Are you here local, Bakersfield? Let me know. Check us back at tomorrow. We're live every day at 2. Appreciate you stopping by. And all of you guys.